So, you're going to watch a Kentucky Derby, but you're not a cocktail drinker. Don't worry. There are plenty of Kentucky Bourbon Barrel-Aged beers for you to choose from. We're going to try 4 of them and give you our recommendation so you can show those julep swiggers that beer drinkers know how to enjoy a horse race. Welcome to Bad Beer, the show where we are on the hunt for the best beer in the world. My name is Tom, and I'm today's host as we try 4 Kentucky Bourbon Barrel-Aged beers. We will be giving our opinions on flavor, mouthfeel, head, and aftertaste, and rating the beers on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being absolute barn water, and 10 being nectar from above. Feel free to agree or disagree with us in the comments below. Beer number 1, Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Ale.
I'm so excited for the beers tonight.
Liquid Gold.
Kentucky Bourbon Barrel-Aged.
There's a lot of activity in that glass.
Yeah.
It looks like a light bourbon to me.
Yeah, it's got that bourbon amber taste to it, or look to it.
Mm-hmm.
How's that aroma?
Oh,
man.
man.
I can smell the whiskey.
Yeah.
I can get the ale.
I smell caramel
Mm-hmm.
or caramel, if you're going to say it right.
If sweetness was a scent, that's what this would smell like to me. Oh, man.
Wow.
Whoa.
That's not a beer. That's
Wow.
something different.
That is a symphony of flavors in the mouth. A cacophony, if you will.
It's hard to come up with enough adjectives.
You know, it's got so much of the bourbon barrel flavor in it that you expect there to be that shudder, that harshness of the alcohol.
Yes.
And it's not there. So you're just like, oh, what a relief. This is just smooth and easy.
Very soft mouthfeel.
Good texture. It's almost like if you put a little, you're meant to put a little splash of water in your whiskey, but you did too heavy of a pour.
It's definitely after your ice is all melted in the bottom of your glass, and you're kind of finishing up.
And I think that this would go good with like a big cheeseburger.
Josiah, you got a number rating in this?
I loved this beer from top to bottom, from barrel to bond. I'm going to give this baby an 8.4.
Wow.
He's thinking about eating the cork.
I'm going to suck on it.
Joel.
I really like this. I'm going to go with a 7.8.
Okay, Jamin, we're here.
This is amazing. I get it with 8.5.
That's really smooth. I'm loving it. 8.1.
Mm-hmm.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Finish it.
All right.
Pass it down.
Drink it like a shot.
Oh, man.
That's good. Beer number 2, Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Cocoa Porter.
Okay, I'm nervous for this one.
Why are you nervous?
Well, you know, cocoa and beer, they don't normally mix.
Bring
in
it
my
down.
opinion.
Bring it down.
Well, you like it in the breakfast stout.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. I'm hoping this is more like that.
You cannot see anything through that.
No. But the bubbles still definitely, the bubbles tell you it's a porter and not a stout. Bubbles are bigger.
You mean in the head? I can't see them coming up.
Well, no, oh, you're right. Yeah, I'm talking about in the head.
This is the dark water that a kraken would live in.
It's a kraken.
McCracken. It's in the back of under your shirt.
How's the aroma?
It smells like chocolate.
Smells like
Darn
Does,
it.
doesn't it?
I am
Yeah.
not.
Oh, but no, I'm getting the bourbon too, though.
little cocoa.
Sweet.
Yeah. Let's sample that and taste it. Oh, another good job on the mouthfeel. Very soft.
I'm getting something herbally, like
Yeah.
when during the holidays when they would mull ciders and things. Also, you would smell those the potpourris in the corner of the room that your mother and grandma would put out.
Clove?
Yes.
Those potpourris.
Maybe it's clove.
If you could
I
somehow-
think it's clove.
Yeah, clove.
I was going to
It's
say
clove.
fennel or
100.
anise
Yeah.
or licorice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it is.
There's
And
just a hint.
if you like those clove anise things, then this might be the beer for you.
Definitely, I can still taste the whiskey bourbon on the back end, just to finish. And so I'm not really sure exactly where this beer is headed. It's a little confusing to me.
So, numbers on ratings. Jamin, where are you at on that one?
I think I'm at a 7.0 on this.
Joel, what are you thinking?
I'm gonna go with a 7.2.
I'm thinking it's a 6.5. I probably would.
6.5.
I probably would not go
Yeah.
after this one.
I'm probably in like a 6.8, 6.8 on it. I guess maybe I'm just not as big of a chocolate guy with beer. Let's take a moment to appreciate this week's beer companion. These are tea sandwiches, traditionally served to Kentucky Derby race enthusiasts. If you want to make them yourself, check out the link below. We're going to eat this radish one first with sardines.
Anchovy.
No, it's anchovies, and that's not a sardine. So eat it. Mm.
So these are tea sandwiches. Does the T stand for tiny? Or what does T stand for?
If you were a teetotaler, you might be eating these sandwiches.
Did it mask some of those odd flavors for anyone else?
It takes away, for me, some of the cocoa.
A lot of the flavors.
Yeah, the cocoa's
And I
gone.
just get the porter. What's this one?
Yeah, the barrel porter.
It really it improved the taste of that beer by eating it with those.
It took away the poopery for me.
Yeah, the potpourri.
All right, try the cucumber. That's good.
The lemon comes through on that one,
Yeah, there.
and the mint just kind of backs it up. I think T stands for I am truly gonna be hungry after I finish.
Derby races are short, so you really only get little snacks to eat with them.
If you collect your winnings, you might be standing in line a little longer.
This is definitely something you want someone to make for you and deliver it to you repeatedly.
Beer number 3, Founders Backwoods. Okay.
Bring on the train
Okay.
of the backwoods. You know why it was in the backwoods?
Now
So the cops wouldn't find their still.
Oh, there is just tons of sediment and bubbles that are just hovering in this. They're not going up necessarily. They're just
There.
floating. Yeah,
They're sedimenting.
Yeah, it looks like a red actually.
It looks like
Yes.
things that are going on in there.
Kind of like a lava lamp.
Yeah, it's alive.
Yes.
It's alive.
Give it a little nose sampling.
Ooh.
I can smell the bourbon.
You get bourbon and a little chocolatey also on this
No,
one.
I don't got any chocolate. Just chocolate.
Maybe some caramel.
Maybe some like dark fruit or something
Caramel.
like that.
Mm.
Oh, we better sample it to find out.
I don't think I've ever been so pleasantly confused.
Yeah.
It's a deep well of flavor discovery.
It's like 6 of them in there. Like they just keeps evolving on your palate.
And they just kind of float by and kind of go, hello, and then they go, and you don't know what they were.
Mm-hmm. Throughout the entire experience, I'm getting plum.
I can get one. I got one. Lightly burnt marshmallow. And I don't mean burnt to the point you don't want it. Lightly burnt marshmallow.
I'm tasting the straight up front caramel notes.
You know what? There's something happening on my tongue. It reminds me of a blended Scotch whiskey.
This is very port wine to me. It's pretty sweet, and then it's got all these other fruity, malty flavors in there.
You know, if you're looking for something that's really enjoyable for sitting out next to your campfire in the evening of a spring or summer, and you're just kicking it back and you're talking with friends and family, that's a worthy investment right there for me.
I think pairing this with cigars or pipe, some smoking would go really, really well with this.
Cherry pipe smell
Yes.
is what you're picking up.
Yes, this is actually worth investigating and trying some different smokes with it.
Joel, go for it, man. Numbers.
I'm going to go with an 8.5.
Okay, Joe.
Is that your highest one?
Josiah.
I think I'm going to rate this one an 8.2.
Jamin, where are you at?
I'm just going to say this is 7.5.
I am at 8.2. 8.2. Joel, what can you tell us about bourbon barrel-aged beers?
Well, Tom, bourbon barrel-aged beers are special because they are aged in American white oak barrels that have been charred, and they've held bourbon for a minimum of 2 years prior. These beers usually are imperial stouts, and they gain flavors of coconut, dill, or sweet spices from this unique process.
Beer number 4, Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Imperial Milk Stout.
Exciting.
Bring it on down the line. Milk Stout. Imperial Milk Stout. That's dark.
All the dark.
That's dark.
Nothing to see here.
Darkness in a glass.
We have some pretty bright lights here, but you cannot see through that. How does that smell? Very faint, very mild.
Yeah, mild bourbon smell.
I'm getting a little cocoa, I think.
Yes.
A little chocolatey.
Taste that.
You can do it.
Okay, is that a semi-sweet chocolate without trying to be? A smooth, semi-sweet chocolate?
Getting some negativity at the
Bitter?
end.
Really?
Bitter chocolate?
Yeah, bitter and wet paper bag-ish.
You're getting some darkness.
What
at the end.
happened to you over there?
I don't feel it's as complex as that number 3 there, the backwoods.
I expected more smoothness out of a milk stout. I can definitely taste the oak, that little bit of spiciness that's happening. But it's really sweet. I don't understand why it's so sweet.
Syrupy sweet. I don't get creaminess in there, which I was kind of hoping for.
No. If I hear milk stout, I expect a creaminess, and it's just not creamy.
I'll tell you, we went through the molasses or the sugarcane fields a couple weeks ago in lower Florida.
It was
And they're
beautiful.
burning off the cane, and everything's charred. I mean, their tractors are about the color of these bottles because everything's charred and sticky. And you smell this in the air. Okay, Jamin, give us
sir.
a number.
7.2 is where I'm headed with this one.
7.2. Hey, Joel, where you at, man?
I'm going to have to go with a 7.3.
Okay, Josiah, where you at?
Oh. I think I'm going to give this baby an 8.
I'm at a 7.0. 7.0. Bring it on down. Bring
Send
it
it
on down.
You're
Send
trying
it.
to round it out, Jamie?
Send it. Now it is time for the final tally. Here's your bad beer Kentucky Derby winner. And they're off and running.
All right, we started out with this ale came to a big old lead, and then we brought this one in. It started challenging, it came back. And then Backwards Bastard was really coming strong. We thought this was a big, strong lead. And then this was a milk stout. This was a strong lead. This was going, it was neck and neck. And they were going, and then Backwards came in strong. And we had the winner of the day!
Ale!
Yeah,
the
Bourbon
champion!
Ale! Close second to Backwards Bastard. And then coming in on the end for us was the Cocoa Porter.
Remember, this is not an overall reflection of the beer, but our opinion on it in the context of the beers we compared it to. At this year's Kentucky Derby, try a beer instead of that cocktail and make it a Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Ale. If you enjoyed this week's episode, please give us a like and subscribe below. We have links to more information on all the beers we tried today, so feel free to check them out for yourself. To close, we bring you this week's beer fact.
Beer fact.
Greg Hall is the father of Bourbon Barrel-Aged beer. In 1992, for Goose Island Beer Company's 1000th brew, Greg created Bourbon County Stout, the very first bourbon barrel-aged beer.
So, you're going to watch the Kentucky...
Kentucky?
Yeah, the Kentucky...
Solid.
Julep swiggers on it.
Solid take.
Never heard him call it that.
Julep swiggers.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a proper mint julep?
Oh yeah, it's really good.
I have to say, I was like, it's really good.
Smooth. Beer number 2, Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Cocoa Porter.
And can you milk a horse?
Yes, anything with teats.